To what extent is Nunavut a riding that you look at as one you'd want to win back to survive another federal election?
Well, I think Canadians, not just in Nunavut, but right across the country, are going to have a really important choice coming up in the next election. Do we want to continue to fight climate change? Do we want to still continue to look at responsible partnerships, working together to solve big issues? Do we want to continue to work towards reconciliation as an explicit goal and a journey that Canada's on? Those are the kinds of questions people are going to have to ask themselves in the next election, because the Conservative Party under Pierre Poilievre has made it very, very clear that they want to take Canada backwards in all those ways and more. And I look forward to having these conversations with Canadians in Nunavut and right across the country. But for now and for the next year and a half plus, we have a lot of work to do, and we're going to keep rolling up our sleeves and doing it together.
Interesting wording, his part, right? Poilievre will take us backwards. And what I'm starting to see, just by the 8-year track record of this government and Trudeau, is their future is a word that's being floated as post-nationalistic. Less individualism, more collectivism, more, trying my best not to use buzzwords right now.
Yeah.
But really loving these socialist policies that are slowly giving way to a world of more communistic type policies. And we said it multiple times, right? He warned us before he ever took power. He loves basic dictatorships. Mm-hmm. This is eventually where he wants to take us. And so when he says that Poilievre is going to take us backward, it's not that he's going to take us backward. He's going to take what Trudeau has planned for us. That's going to go in a reverse direction.
Yeah.
People actually being able to think for themselves. People being able to take care of their family and their finances. Be able to provide for the families. People being able to say whatever they want. People being able to express themselves. All these ideas will be reversed. Mm-hmm. And that's what Trudeau means when he says that Poilievre will take Canada backwards.
Yep. It's funny because I think about it too, and I'm just like, what is forwards? That's the part that I wonder, when you think about a measure of success, what does that look like for you? And so far, what you've demonstrated is people being quiet, people obeying, people paying me money, and me having absolute power. And that to me is not forward. If that's forward, I'm putting it in reverse and going as far away from that as humanly possible. So yeah, I totally agree. I think it's wild. And I know that I use that word a lot because otherwise I'd use every curse word in the book because that's how mad it makes me. But yeah, this doesn't feel like forward to me. And I think about all the metrics that there are out there about food bank usage, about poverty, about hope. That one hurts my soul a lot because that's what I thrive on, is that hope piece. And I've said that a lot in the last week, actually. And when I see the scores of people in our society that are feeling hopeless, that one hurts me. And so when I'm looking at this and going, that's forward, I don't want any part of that. You can keep that. No thanks. That's my free speech.
That's kind of where more so a lot of the frustration comes from. We've seen enough at this point. We're done. We're tapping out. And I'm glad that most Canadians are seeing it now. And if given the opportunity, they can oust this guy. Because I actually had a conversation this week that I never thought I would have. And it was with my grandmother, of all people. And to understand my grandmother is she spent most of her life in a factory, huge on unions, worked for Chrysler, has voted NDP every year of her life. Huge NDP fan. Mm-hmm. And anytime politics ever got brought up at the dinner table, it was always those conservatives, they're so evil. All they want is big business and this, that, the other. And so, anyways, I was on the phone with her the other day, and she was just going off about Trudeau. She really hates Trudeau. I was like, of course, most NDP, most reasonable NDP people would really not like him because he's fake. And then she's like, yeah, but I don't see any other option. I have to vote for Poilievre.
Yep.
Like, and I was just like, hold up, Nan, hold up. Did you say you're going to vote conservative in the next election? She's like, can't believe I'm saying it myself. But like, I hate Jagmeet because he has showing no resemblance what the NDP party used to be.
Yeah. And
Poilievre is the only person who's talking common sense. I was like, did you just hear yourself say that? Did you just say that? She's like, yeah, I know. That's what he says all the time. I get it. But it's true. Like, he just makes sense. Whereas these other guys are just throwing money away, and they're just stripping us of any type of financial dignity we have. And I was like, gee, when my far left grandmother is saying we got to vote Poilievre, and I'm like, gee, that's how bad the Liberals have messed up.